I've finally got some stash. Look at me. Yes, team. Welcome back. We're back for another stretch. I'm Frank, if you haven't met me yet, and I am officially a comms hero like you lovely people. And we're going to have 10 minutes, just 10 minutes today, to stretch. Now, I've planned quite a challenging one today. So there are some what I call flow moves. We'll be saluting the sun from up and down. So if you struggle with the up and down part, just do your best to follow along, maybe half pace. But if you are someone that is maybe regular with yoga and stretching, just listen to my cues and follow along with me. But start with your feet together, somewhere towards the front of your mat if you have one, or just the front of your room. And then I want you to inhale, take your arms overhead, press your palms together, and then exhale, fold forward, find the ground with your fingers. Then inhale, look forward and lengthen your spine. And now we exhale, kick our feet back to a plank position, down to a half push-up, and inhale, it's what we call an upward dog. Open your chest, push through the mat. Now exhale, all the way up to downward dog, where we will stay for 3 to 5 breaths. So when you get to your downward dog, make sure your hands are wide on the mat, you push through the mat, and your hips bum up to the sky. So you're really strong in your arms, strong in your shoulders, but you're relaxed in your hamstrings and your calves, the back of the legs, which if you were here last month, we stretched nicely. But let's hold it here in this intense pose for one more breath. And then I want you to drop down to your toes, gaze forward, and then inhale, step back to the front, long spine, and then exhale, fold forwards, and finally inhale right back up to the top where we started. Sun Salutation A, that's called. Let's do it one more time, and I'll do it at the proper pace. As I said, keep up with me or just do what you can. Do what you can. Inhale, up, palms together. Exhale, fold forward, find the mat. Now inhale, gaze to the front, long spine. And exhale, step or jump back to plank, push up, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog again, hold 3 to 5 breaths. This is a classic pose in most yoga classes. You'll find the downward dog because it hits so many muscles in one go. As you're pushing through that mat, your arms are getting strong. You're pushing your hips to the sky. We mentioned the hamstrings, the calves are stretching. And you really lengthen everything in that spine and that back, which when we sit down all day, really gets tight. So just take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to come down to your toes, knees wide, gaze forward. Inhale, step to the front, straight back. Exhale, fold, and inhale, up to the top. I'm going to do Sun Salutation B, which is quite similar, but with a couple of add-ons. We start seated into a squat of your best kind. So sit your bum back, reach for the mat with your fingers. Legs are strong here. Then inhale and put those arms above your head in what we call chair pose, and just hold for a second. Let those legs know we're ready. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, kick to plank, down to push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time we're going to step the right foot to the front, so just the right foot. Bend that front leg. Inhale, up to the sky. This one's called Warrior One. Hold it for a second. And then exhale, fold back down to plank, down to push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And now inhale, left foot forward, front leg bent, reach to the sky, palms together. Went all Toy Story there, didn't I? Is it Buzz Lightyear? Reach for the skies. And then exhale, hands down, kick to plank, push up, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's hold it for one more. Last downward dog. You've done it 3 times now. Your body knows what's happening. See if you can push through that ground a bit more now. Get those hips a bit higher. Lengthen your muscles as much as you can. And breathe. It's not relaxing. I can't say it's relaxing, but it is good. Strengthening, lengthening your muscles. Take one more breath there. And then down to your toes, knees wide. Inhale, step forward, long back. Exhale, fold. Let's stay in that squat position as we inhale. Reach our arms overhead and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out. Beautiful. Should feel that heart rate coming up a little bit. Told you it's going to be a tougher start today. We'll do one balance exercise, then we'll have a nice stretch on the floor and we'll call it a day. So you can get back onto whatever you were doing. If you can take your right foot to your calf, maybe even the top of your calf, or even if you want to try the full pose, put that foot on the inside of your leg there. Now, I want you to be standing free here, but if you really, really struggle with balance, please use a wall, partner, maybe a child. Grab something solid to get your balance. Otherwise, stand tall, place your palms together and gaze at something still. Find something still in your room. I don't know what that might be, but maybe not the screen. Look at something still. Press your foot through the floor. And I'll give you an option, if you want to advance this a little bit, to interlace your fingers and press up overhead. So your whole body stretching from tiptoes to fingers right above your body. Take a breath. And then bring it back down. Prayer position, release. We call that one the tree pose. Great, it's a classic pose. I took a picture of it as well, just so you can, share a good yoga picture across Twitter and all that stuff. It always looks good if you can practice it. But try that again on the other side. Foot there, foot here. If you're on social media, which I know a lot of you are, it's all about how the pose looks, isn't it? This is a good one. If you can do the tree, it looks fantastic. So maybe share some of those today so I can have a look. It'd be awesome. Hands together, tall spine. Take a breath. Stay here or interlace your fingers, press them up overhead. We'll take a couple of breaths. Oh, and then come back down. I'm sure some wind came through the door there. I don't know what happened. I lost my balance. You know, when you lose your concentration, it just goes. My excuse anyway. Have a sit down. And honestly, you're wobbling all over the place, I'm sure, a lot of you, and that's all part of it. But with anything, it gets easier with practice and certainly with balance. So if you did struggle with that part, remember it, work on it. You can just stand on one leg while you're cleaning your teeth, while you're in the queue, while you're sending your tweet in a minute. Practice it because it does make progress. And definitely, as all of us, as we're getting older, I mean, my birthday was this week, I'm 36. I'm feeling the age now. I'm sure you're all younger than me, but as we get older, balance is so, so important. So let's finish the session, something called Happy Baby. Nice relaxing stretch for the hips. Make sure your head's relaxed. Shoulders pressed into the mat. And I want you to bring your knees to your chest. Hug your knees. They're going to be wide on your chest. So hold them there. Again, you're welcome to stay here. But if you want to do the full Happy Baby, as it's called, take your 2 fingers onto your big toes. Hold your big toes and then pull your feet apart as wide as you can go and just breathe. We are opening the adductors, they're called. That's the flash name for groin, inner thigh. And as we breathe, we're trying to sink into it. Now, I do want this to feel relaxing. So if you are straining to hold this stretch, go back to hugging your knees. It's all good. Just spend 30 seconds or so here, letting all the weight you might be feeling in your shoulders and your hair, just let it all relax. As you breathe out, sink into the ground. You might have worked out why we call this one Happy Baby. Anyone that's got children like me will remember the amount of time your baby is here. You're far from happy as a parent, but I assume they're happy when they're getting their nappy changed. I don't know. But take your last breath. And then when you're ready, reverse it all. So hug your knees into your chest. And I'm going to give us 1 minute just to lay. So straighten your legs, open your chest, close your eyes, and just chill. Just chill. Sink into the floor. We did some tough poses today. They really are. They're not easy at all. So let your body know it's over now. Relaxed. Hopefully we feel a little bit less tension in our body now. We can go about the rest of our day with a bit more energy. That's why I like yoga. It just gives you that little boost, even if it's just 10 minutes here and there. Usually, more often than not, you come away feeling better than when you arrived. So when you're ready, just shake those fingers, shake those toes, take a big breath in, roll over, and we'll come back up to seated position. Take a second, let those shoulders relax again. Take a breath, take as long as you want, to be honest. I'm going to end the video because they only give me 10 minutes. I mean, I could chat all day, but stick to my allotted time before the meter runs out. I'll say thank you again for joining me. It's been a few months I've done this with you now. I'm really enjoying it. I love seeing your tweets, honestly. Mine's @FitWithFrank. If you do tweet anything, it's always good to see. I will certainly be using this hashtag today, wearing my shirt with pride. So thanks again. Hands together. Namaste.